This thing's insane. This is one ferocious Lada. Hey there, fellas. Today we'll continue working on this awesome little red car. You know, the one where we installed an inline-8 cylinder motor. The one where we fused two Lada engines together, which gave us a total of 2.7 liters of displacement over 8 cylinders. We were able to get it running, so at least we have that going for us. It actually works okay, given the nature of the experiment. We do have a few things left to do. The main thing being synchronizing the carburetors, as well as sorting the cooling system. After all, we are talking 2 motors here instead of 1. It will be running more coolant, but we're also going to need a bigger radiator. Plus there's the ignition system. We need to make this engine run as stable as possible and get the response to where we want it, so that it's all in proper working order. Time to carry on with the build. Let's do this. Taking the twin-engine 2.7-liter inline-8 Lada out for the first time. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. So we were waiting and hoping for some warm weather, looking through the forecast on our phones, but that's not going to happen until next year. In any case, we're not just going to leave it standing here. Here's what we're doing. It's a good thing I didn't throw away those tires. You know, the ones we stuck 10,000 screws into. That rubber had a ton of grip, which means we're going to take them out of storage and modify them slightly, make them fit okay. Then we'll be installing them onto this car, and we'll head out and do some acceleration tests. I mean, those tires had a chokehold on the road surface. Hopefully we get the same effect this time. The first thing here that would grab your attention, we've had an artist come by. He had nothing to do, so he added a bit of color to the engine bay. It actually looks pretty trippy. At least the colors are bright and sort of lighthearted. All in good fun. We've got a throttle cable going, and we did our very best to synchronize the carburetors. As for the most important element that was missing, the fuel system wasn't that hard to modify. All we had to do was install a T-coupler, and now the 2 fuel pumps have absolutely no problem with supplying gas to the 2 carbs. As for the ignition system, as you might have guessed, all we had to do was connect power and ground wires to the caps, which is super easy to do, so the distributors and coils are all wired up. As for the cooling system, well, the layout is quite interesting. I mean, after giving it some thought, and looking for a radiator to put in, this is all in typical fashion for us. Someone said, "We already have a radiator." We turned around and saw a household heater. Remember that time when I fitted one of these to a Lada and drove around town? We've decided to do the same thing here. We came up with a solution for fitting it in here. We already had a frame. We just had to weld on a support bracket. The car is pretty much ready to go. We know for sure it'll drive, after testing it in the yard. But we do have one weak spot, where the pressure plate and the crankshaft pulley are joined together. That's how we connected the 2 crankshafts. We have yet to find out how certain parts will hold up. Since we did put this together, as always, this is a makeshift sort of project, sculpted using some turds and sticks. We did our best, and now everybody's hoping it falls apart, myself included. I mean, we do have to figure out a better way to do this, if we're to have some quality time in the summer. Then again, this might work after all on those tires. They do have some serious grip, which is nice. Right, I say we finish the job. Then we head out and go for a drive. It's either something's gonna break, or we're gonna set a new record. Let's do this. Okay, so we've made it to... We found ourselves a nice straightaway. It's covered with some packed snow, so we should be able to drive around without too much trouble. There is no other traffic. I mean, we don't want to put any other drivers in a dangerous situation now, do we? You can see we have a bit of snow. I really hope the screw-studded tires do their thing. Right, time to slap them on and go for a ride. Careful, dog. Don't get your snout pierced. Check this out. Look who's decided to join us and help us out. You little hooligan. He just kind of came out of nowhere and he's like, "Need any help? Who's our little helper? Don't jump on me." You little rascal. Okay, we are ready for some action. We've installed the tires. We just have to mount a camera inside the cabin, connect the race logic device, which we've been using for all of our acceleration testing lately. We filled up the tank, and all that's left is to fire up the car and have some fun. Alright. Let me reset the device. Awesome. Oh, this thing pulls hard. That was pretty scary. God damn! Oh my god. The screws are scraping on the wheel arches. And that's despite us cutting them up. I didn't make it to 60 that time. To be honest, this is very frightening. Let's do that one more time. To be honest, it doesn't have a lot of torque down low. But whatever. Brake. Brake, damn you! Why isn't this thing stopping? Oh, that noise is hurting my feelings. This thing flies from the looks of it. Okay, so that looked really fast. I saw 6.2. Right, guys, let me just give you a short rundown on the situation. You saw for yourselves that the race logic tells us that the car accelerated from 0 to 60 Ks in 6.2 seconds. That's despite the wheel spin. The two engines work together in a rather strange way. I'm sure we can think of something to get them to run slightly better. Anyway, at low revs, there is a bit of grunt down low, but you don't get... It doesn't exactly pull hard. It's actually kind of slow, to be honest. But then the two engines cough a little bit. They get up to... They pick up some revs, and after about 2.5 grand, you can feel them shove you into your seat really hard. As if you were dealing with not two Lada motors with a total displacement of 2.7 liters, but with some 8-liter power plant topped off with a shot of nitrous. In third gear, they kick in hard. And the rear axle is all over the place. The road isn't exactly what you'd call smooth. This is some genuinely scary stuff. Who was driving during the initial measurements? Me. Oh, so it was you. Let's find out whether you can beat my record. I'll give it a try. Yeah, you do that. You do way a bit less than I do. I'm aiming for a sub 6-second time. Under 3 would be nice, but whatever. If you could at least get a sub 6-second time, it's definitely worth a shot. Okay, Cyril does way a bit less than I do. But I don't think he's gonna beat me by that much. Only if just by the slightest bit. We had a lot of fun here. To be honest, this motor, which you can call a dually or a fused or a twin motor, it pulls pretty hard. I have to say, my friends turned out to be a bunch of cheaters. I mean, what the hell? When I went out to do some testing, it turned out that there was a small wire missing right here. So I was pushing the car on 7 cylinders instead of 8. Get over here, you cheater. You were pushing it too hard. Oh, and it fell off? Nah, man, that definitely wasn't the case. You should have been a bit more gentle. How did you like the car? You felt it, right? And we actually doubted it. Yes, we did. And we doubted that the pulley would hold up. Yep. We also doubted that these two motors would be able to work properly in tandem. But even without any fine-tuning, the results are amazing. It's stupendously fast. How'd it feel? This is one ferocious Lada. The way it accelerates, it seems like you don't just have two motors. It's as if we have a different engine in here altogether. When you press the gas, this car continues to pull where a normal Lada gasses out. It just pulls and pulls. Yeah, man, for sure. Awesome stuff. This actually cured the standard Lada weak spot of this particular carbureted motor. And it gets up to about 4 grand, and then it stumbles. Yeah, it's like, should I keep accelerating or not? I mean, that might cause a bent valve or a broken chain. Nah, I'll just stay put. But this one just keeps going, with zero hesitation. This is great. Especially considering we can't wring the guts out of it on this snow-covered road. However, I do think we did get a better result, though. Yes, we did. On snow. On the snow, yeah. It used to be 6.5 seconds to 60 kilometers an hour. Unfortunately, we can't get it up to 100 on this road. In any case, we just saw 6.0 on snow with these studded tires. Despite the fact that the first second basically goes to waste. You're right, there is a slight slump. But no worries. We do have to modify a few things. For example, one of the caps blew out, which we were using instead of a plug. The clamp let go, and you could see a bunch of steam coming out. It looked pretty epic, as if the car was trying to drive through some steam, but just couldn't get out, because it just kept on steaming. Anyway, I reckon this is already a success. Oh, 100%, dude. I think we should install some studded tires. I mean, some tires with screws in them up front. Absolutely. It's already such a... We should also think about what to do next with this car. Yeah, we can either modify these engines or let the people decide. Yeah, let us know in the comments. What we should add to this. We will be doing something, of course. We're gonna replace the cap and have another go. Maybe if we could find some ice? Yeah, why not? When the temperature gets a bit lower, and we can find a hard surface, so that the ice and snow are completely frozen. Now that's when the screws grip the best. Anyway, leave us some suggestions in the comments. We'll read through them, and together we'll think of something. Time to wrap this one up, fellas. Watch our videos, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, don't forget about our Instagram, and our second channel. Alright, see you later.